Hello guys, welcome back to Coaching Conversations. In this podcast series, Nick and I discuss all the important stuff that you need to know in order to grow your business further or take your business further faster. Before we jump into today's first topic, I want to say good morning, Nick. How are you?
Oh, hello. I'm feeling very good. I'm pumped. It's Money Monday today, which is even better, right?
Monday.
Some people look at it as Monday-itis. I'm like, hey, it's Money Monday. It gives me the opportunity to make some money for the family this week, which is always good. Right?
Yeah, that's good. And if for those of you that don't have a Money Monday, I would strongly suggest having a money day. If it's Money Tuesday, Money Wednesday, it doesn't matter.
Money penny, whatever.
Money penny. It's all about locking in a habit to make sure that you are invoicing, chasing invoices, chasing payments, speaking with clients, doing sales, anything in relation to growing revenue. So Money Monday for us today. It's also Podcast Monday today. Let's kick things off. Yes.
Sorry, I got something to share before we get on there. I don't know if the viewer at home can see this, but maybe they can.
I don't think so. Maybe.
But, it's a video. I mean, if we show the video, but
we're going to be placing this on YouTube, so you can definitely watch it. Yeah.
So what I've done is over the weekend, I was watching First Man, which is the landing of the first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, right? And it got me inspired. And every sort of 3 months, I like to change my screensaver. And this is kind of relevant with this as well. And, why did I call it Money Mondays? Because it gives you opportunity to get up and get engaged as a business owner and get into it. For Monday, you got a full week of opportunity in front of you. And I've got this footprint, for those of you guys that listen to the podcast, basically it's the footprint of the first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong's footprint, as my screensaver. So, and I love looking at it because it just reminds me that in incredible odds against them, man landed on the moon. 1962, John F. Kennedy at the inaugural moon speech said, we're going to the moon, and he said, we'll do it by the turn of the century. And on July 19th, 1969, we heard the first words, the eagle has landed. So, and to me, that's a great opportunity. It's like with business, there's so many great opportunities if you just work hard, face adversity, push through it. If you really want to get it done, you can get it done. We did it. Pretty amazing. And just yesterday was 51 years almost to the day of when the Apollo mission took off.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I heard it yesterday of the Elon Musk SpaceX.
Yeah,
pretty awesome, right, when you think about it.
That's pretty.
And it's the same Kennedy's platform that the Apollo rocket took off. That's pretty cool, awesome. Right? Man, that's history made again, right?
History made again.
And we're living through it.
That's right. And, it's the first privately owned, is it co-privately owned or privately owned, fully privately owned SpaceX? Joint partnership with NASA.
Pretty cool, right?
That's a new
I know we're digressing a bit, but I thought if you're listening to this, well, maybe it'll just, put something on your screensaver to get you focused every day.
Nick, you mentioned opportunity just a second ago, and that's where I want to go with our first question or our first topic today. I want to really have a look at the presence of people that own brick and mortar type businesses. If you work in retail, if you work in hospitality, if you are maybe a hairdresser or something, and looking at new opportunity for the future. Big question that I want to put forward this morning is, how do you change a bricks and mortar, employee-based, generally service-based, but employee-based business to continue to be highly lucrative, but with less overhead? So if we've traded through COVID perhaps, and we're running leaner these days, but how do we change a bricks and mortar business to still become highly lucrative, highly profitable, but with less overheads moving forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what has come from COVID, I believe, is first of all, construct of having all eggs in one basket is not a good model for your business.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, adaptation is critical. I mean, the new way of doing things versus the old way of, a model built for growth or a model built for certainty or a model built for contracts or, I was just hearing in New South Wales, ANZ Stadium, that they were going to redo. Now they're not going to redo it. So now all the people that tendered on the contracts for all of that stuff now have got to be compensated or something because they're geared up to get going. And now they're going to halt all of them. And this is hundreds and hundreds of millions. It's almost $1 billion for
Wow.
something like that. So if you're a business that's geared up for that, and now that literally they were going to kickstart this month, forget it, right? So you're about to have kind of bad day, right?
Yeah.
So and we've seen this: restaurants, hairdressers, anything associated, tattoo parlors, any of this stuff. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is, how can you start to change this around? And I've been testing this out with some clients, right? So it's not just a thought of mine; it's actually a practice that we're doing. And let me give you an example. First of all, I think you've got to go, what are the real key personnel that I need to have in the business? And it's always hard. I mean, who do you cut, right? But you've got to start to think about saying, if I wasn't in the business, let's say as a business owner, who else within my business would be able to operate the business in general and or look after as much of it as they possibly can with the skill set that they have and the management skills that they have. That's number one. Number two, I believe the goal today moving forward is not a fixed workforce. And what I mean by not a fixed workforce is key personnel that are in the workforce that can control the rest of the team. And for, let's say, in trade and construction, which we do a lot in, I think having, subbies that you can use according to when you need to and then not use if you don't need to, so you can expand and contract, which allows, cash flow changes and or environmental changes to be considered, I think is really, really critical. So let me give you an example. So I'm working with a concrete company today. They're usually 18 plus staff. What we figured out is, number one, we went through it and said, all right, who are the key people that we need to keep? And there was about 7 people that we needed to keep, heavy machine operator, 2 project managers, a site manager, few of these people that are really key. They've trained well. They know our work. And then we said, from that, and something that I forgot to just mention earlier, is efficiency is really important. So that, in order for you to change the model around and still be highly lucrative, what we did was we said, how efficient really is the team of 18? And to be brutally honest, he went through with a fine-tooth comb and found that he doesn't need 4 personnel. Because they were, think about it, that instead of going to 2 jobs, they were just going to 1 and finishing for the day. Instead of having, 4 guys on there, they could do it with 2, and then, list goes on from there. And so we noticed that, first of all, 4 staff less was a massive difference to the bottom dollar, right?
Yeah, well, I just did quick math on that. Even if it's 50 grand a year that you're paying each of these guys, and it might be more, you're
a bit more, like 80 or 100 grand. Yeah,
you're going to save 200 G's at least. At least.
We calculated that was over 300,000 just for people.
There you go.
Because these guys are overtime, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we did that, and now what we did was we said, how do we start to get really good training in place? This is where they put in, project management like Mondays. Literally, we've recorded every checklist that you could possibly ever want. Plus, in the induction process of getting a subby on board, we've showed him videos, took him on site, showed him how we wanted stuff. So instead of the subby going, I'm just a subby and that's it, now they're technically, already have got their heads up on what we need to do as a business and the way that we do it as a business. And there's safety checks, redundancy systems, all of that stuff. And this is for concrete, right? So that, if you pour it the wrong way or you do it the wrong way and it dries, it's jackhammering a lot of money to try to do. So cut a long story short, what we did was, if I had to summarize it, number one, we got really, really clear about our efficiency, right? Number 2, we chose who are the key personnel that we need. And number 3, for everybody else that we were going to bring on, because it'll be a flux workforce, sometimes 10 people, sometimes 2. We started a training program for those people so we could get them up to speed as quick as they can as subbies to come and work for us. So think of it like that.
Cool. So
very
I guess
effective.
Starting at the very beginning, adaptation, like you said, really adapting the way that you operate, but then analyzing what's happening throughout your business and looking for those areas of efficiency is the first step for anyone to do. And, with the concreting business or the example you just said, that can be done with any business. I always relate things, systemization, particularly back to places like McDonald's. You can run $1 million operations with teenagers. systemizing a business can be done.
Yeah,
I think looking for areas of efficiency is critical.
correct. I mean, here's another example. We had another business that they had truck guy, full-time truck driver, two trucks, maintenance. Sorry, two full-time truck drivers, maintenance on the truck, all of this stuff, super, all the rest of the stuff. So now, because there's a lot of people in transport that are not as busy, we got rid of those two employees, sold the trucks, and we've got third-party people that look after their own fuel, own truck, own whatever, did deals with it, and it ended up being like 40% more efficient than it was. Here's another one, even better, with another company. Same thing, two truck drivers, full-time, two trucks, actually three trucks I think they had. So what we did, instead of us keeping that side of it that doesn't make us any money, it's not an income generator, what we did is we bundled that run together. We sold it with the trucks, with the employees as another little business, and said, your first thing is to do all our work. So you've already got a fixed contract with us to do our work. So we sold it, made money on it. Now the guy that runs the business has already got guaranteed work, so he loves it. And now he looks after all of it, and we're just paying for the delivery. No maintenance of trucks, no rego, no super, no employees, none of that stuff. Plus, we made money on the sale.
What a great idea.
Win-win all the way around. The guy's happy. And then we said, after you finished our work, you can go do whatever. It's your business. You can do whatever. Wow. So you can imagine he's got a fixed run for two trucks, for two people, and we sold it already, and then he can just add to that. Wow. Why didn't we do that? Because it's not what we do. They deliver glass. They make glass, not drive trucks.
Yeah, sure.
But you see, it's just a shift in how we do it today, and it saved us hundreds of thousands every year. I mean, maintenance on a truck, my brother-in-law owns one. You do a turbo and it's 15 grand. Radiator's 10 grand.
Wow. So look for the opportunity, guys. You just need to take a backward step and look at the bigger picture.
Correct.
With your
efficiency modeling is critical.
Efficiency modeling is critical. Let's talk about the people that run the efficiency, because it's important. You need people in order to grow your business. If you're particularly service-based business, you will always need employees. So let's talk about incentivizing the team. What's a great way to incentivize the team or the staff, Nick, and help get them refocused? If you've got a team and they've been working for you, or you're struggling to align them, what's a great way to look at incentives and to get them refocused?
Yeah. Got some cool case studies around that. First of all, Chris, I know obviously you're a part of our team. There's two ways that people get incentivized. One is what's called a intrinsic level of incentivization. Pat on the back, hey, thanks, you're doing great. Like team leading, great comments, great feedback, all of that stuff. Or extrinsic, here's $500 for a dinner voucher and a night out on the town with you and the wife or whatever, right? Or here's a trip for two to Hawaii, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Or here's a cash bonus. All of these things are extrinsic, right? Now I think about it like this. I've always tried to figure out what's good for the business and what's good for the employee. And most of the times, the way that the employee thinks is to go, I do all the work and everybody else is making all the money, right? And the boss goes, I've got all the headache and I make the least amount of money, right? It's too interesting.
The usual battle.
Yeah, the usual battle. And I'm employing you, right? So it's this, never-ending competing commitment mentally and or physically, right?
Yes.
So I said, how do you kind of get the best of both worlds? And let me give you a perfect example. So let's say this glass installation company, perfect example. The way that we quote is based on hours and product. So, we manufacture the glass and then we install it. And sometimes they do, 10 stories and, 50, 80 units, whatever it may be, right?
Yep.
And they'll do all the glass balustrade for the outside. Think of it, job like that. Or, they'll do a shower for a little old lady, whatever, it doesn't matter. But once again, it's based on hours and it's based on material cost.
Yep.
So two things that we did. We said, as an example, if we're quoting, let's say it's a job, it's 500 hours worth of work, right? And usually 500 hours is, let's say, 4 personnel working. If it's 8 hours a day, that's 40 hours times 10, 12 days is 480 hours. It's a 2-week job, give or take. I'm just throwing it out there, right?
Sure.
Now, what we said to them is if we've quoted for 500 hours, but we can get the job done in 450 hours, because once again, here's the efficiency. We said to them, sorry, we've quoted for 450. We did a little white lie there. We quoted for 450 because what we're trying to do is beat our game with the quoting itself, because then we'll know that every time we quote for 500, we can actually get it done in 450. So we can already calculate what the extra money is. Yeah. And then we said to the team, if we can get it done in 450, that extra 50 hours that we make up on that, think of it goes into a bank account. And I want you to think about it. Now, just imagine that it's, based out at $100 an hour, 50 hours, 5 Gs, right? So now what we did is through the month, we accumulated those hours. 2 hours here, 1 hour there, 10 hours there, 50 hours there. And cut a long story short, then you end up with 150 hours. 150 hours at $100 an hour is 15 grand. So then what we said to them is, we said, if you can be efficient, make sure that everything's checklisted, 0 defects or less than 1% defects, going back on fixing stuff, outstanding quality and workmanship. All of these things are important for us, not just slap it together and it's quick. We said those 150 hours that we've got now, what we're going to do, we created an organizational chart. And depending on where you were within the organizational chart is what your percentage was. So let's say if you've been in the company 5 years, you're a leading hand, you get a particular type of percentage. If you've been in the company 1 month and you're just a standard tradesman, you get another percentage. And by the way, subbies got into this as well. Right. But to make it even better as a twist, what I did was I said to them, what we want to be able to do is instead of the hierarchy getting the most amount of percentage, it's actually the other way around. Where the hierarchy, as an example, the project manager can only keep less than, as an example, 5% of any of that income. And the rest, he needs to distribute it to his team, because without the team, he's not able to do it. Because traditionally what happens is they go, oh yeah, we do all the work and we get paid the least. Where with this bonus thing, it's, hey, you've done great. You've been efficient with us, because think about it at the technician level, there's technician, manager, entrepreneur. At the technician level, their job is to be really efficient and really good and outstanding quality and all of that stuff. So we wanted to say, for your hard work of being quick, efficient, doing the job right, you get more than the project manager does, because he only sort of designed it, project managed it, but you were actually doing the work. And it's kind of a reverse thing, because the project managers go, well, why is it like that? Because then the project manager themselves has got an overall company bonus that, it's a separate bonus to what they do. But for that, our bonus, we want to give it back to the workers. And I can't tell you what type of efficiency I've created in businesses where everybody wins. And now for the boss, that means they're making money, because they keep a percentage of that, obviously. Let's say on 150 hours, we'd keep 50 hours and we'd give everybody else 100, which is fair. It's a 30% for them, 70% for the team. And they make money. They're more efficient. They get more work because they've finished the job before they could have worked on it. So the people, like the developer, goes, Jesus, you guys were good on this, man. We could have rented it out or sold it quicker because you finished your work. And the team that's more efficient now, once they finish the job, they can go home. So he said, as long as you get this done on this time with these amount of hours, win, 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 and it's just everybody's focused. And instead of them mucking around, they don't have Monday days. They go, all right, let's get into it, because as an accumulative total between them, everybody makes $1 and everyone's happy. And the kicker to this, or the bonus to this, is what we found was culturally within the business, the people that were the slackers, the other team members go, hey, dude, like, you got to pick up your game, or hey, man, you got to pick up your game because you're letting us down. And this could be anything from the receptionist not getting back to a customer, or, them not collecting money on time, or whatever it may be. The whole team's in on this. And if one of them lets them down, now they're not that happy. So it keeps the quality of service and quality of camaraderie really up high. And if the person then keeps letting them down, usually they go and work for our competitors.
We outsource them.
Outsource them to the competition. Yeah, exactly.
What I really liked what you've just said there, Nick, is you've managed to achieve two things by really putting it into one package, so to speak. So you've really managed to incentivize people, but you've allowed them to become focused on a set of objectives or a goal, or even their own incentive themselves. So you've actually achieved both And if you didn't catch on to that while you were listening to that, that's what we've effectively done in this scenario. We've actually helped refocus the team because we've made it very clear what their efficiency needs to be and how quickly they need to complete the jobs. But in essence, we're also saving on a significant amount of savings over time, the 50 hours on the 150 or whatever it was, and that's built the incentive or the cash bonus for those employees.
Yeah,
so I think that's
exactly.
a very, very clever strategy.
Well, it's interesting because now it's not that the boss is going, hey, work harder. It's going, if we all work harder together, we've got a reward.
Yeah.
And for people that were intrinsic motivators, not only did they get a little bit of an extrinsic love, but they also got intrinsic. Man, you killed it. You guys, as a team, worked fantastically. So it doesn't become, it's 3 o'clock, I've got to go home. They're like, hey, man, let's get the job done because tomorrow, if we get it done, we can leave at 12. Yeah, the boss is cool. As long as the work gets done for that day, allocated, on time, before time, should I say, and before budget, it's win-win all the way around.
Yeah. And intrinsic motivators, if you don't know, are so much more powerful than extrinsic. Extrinsic motivators always have some form of lifetime or lifespan. It's the intrinsic motivators that really help combine teams and blend teams really well, but also help people achieve more. So great, that's good. Look, we've chatted almost overtime just on these 2 points. So we'll take our third point that we're going to discuss today and take that to the next episode. First of all, I want to say a big thanks to Nick. Thank you so much for your time today on the podcast.
Oh, good.
And if you have any questions or you want us to talk about any topic, theme, related issue, current frustration, or anything like that, please email your piece of information to ask@upcoach.com.au, and we'll be happy to break that down here on the episode of Coaching Conversation. So I'll say goodbye for now, and we'll catch you on the next episode. So bye now.
Ciao.